At what was supposed to be a harmless family dinner, my mother-in-law smiled while slipping something into my glass, thinking I wouldn't notice, and in that moment I realized I wasn't just unwelcome, I was a target. Stick with me while I share my story, and if it touches you, don't forget to support our channel by hitting that subscribe button, dropping a like, and sharing it with the people you care about. My name is Arden Hale, and I married into a family that perfected politeness as a weapon, where every smile hid a judgment and every toast carried a warning, and that night would expose just how far one person was willing to go to control my life. I married Rowan Hale for his family dinner, not his my mother-in-law smiled, but his family came as a package my glass, led by his mother Celeste Wynn, and in that moment I realized I wasn't just unwelcome, people like I was a target, and from the beginning she made it clear I didn't fit her vision. And if it touches you, don't forget to support our channel by hitting that subscribe button, while his father Grant Wynn sharing it with the people you care about. Softly, my name is Arden Hale, and I married into a family that perfected politeness as a weapon, where every smile hid a judgment and every toast carried a warning, and that night would expose just how far one person was willing to go to control my life. The dinner was at Celeste's house, candles lit, crystal glasses polished, the kind of setting designed to look generous while demanding obedience, and when she poured the drinks herself, insisting I take the seat closest to her, something felt off, because Celeste never served anyone she didn't trust, and when she brushed past me, I saw it, a quick tilt of her wrist, a practiced motion, and a look of satisfaction that told me this wasn't an accident, and my heart started racing as I realized. Refusing the drink would expose her, while drinking it would expose me. The dinner was at Celeste's house, panic gives people like Celeste crystal glasses and instead I smiled, the kind of setting designed to look generous waited, while demanding watching her eyes track mine, and when she poured the drinks herself, to fuss over the insisting food, I take the seat closest to her, casually switching glasses with Grant, because Celeste never served anyone she didn't trust, and I told myself I wasn't hurting anyone, I was revealing the truth, because whatever was meant for me would now tell us exactly who Celeste was willing to sacrifice to get what she wanted, and my heart started racing as I realized. Refusing the drink would expose her, while drinking it would expose me. Minutes passed, laughter felt forced, and then Grant's smile faltered, his words slurring just enough to draw concern, and Celeste froze, her face draining of color as she realized something had gone wrong, and while everyone rushed to help him, I held my glass steady, untouched, watching her carefully craft confusion into concern, but the cracks showed, because fear has a smell, and that night it filled the room. At minutes the hospital, passed, doctors asked questions Celeste couldn't answer without contradicting herself, his words slurring and just enough to finally looked at me, and Celeste froze, I didn't accuse, draining of color as she realized something had gone wrong, and while everyone rushed to help him, I held my glass steady, horror was untouched, watching her carefully craft confusion into concern, it reshapes everyone it touches, because fear has a smell, and that night it filled the room. Confronted quietly, away from witnesses, Celeste didn't apologize, she justified, explaining that I was bad for the family, that I needed to be slowed down, and in that moment I understood that this wasn't about a drink, it was about control, and people like her don't stop unless they're stopped, and I decided that silence would no longer protect anyone. I didn't shout or threaten, away from documented witnesses, everything, Celeste didn't apologize, behaviors, she justified, letting explaining that I was bad for the family, and when boundaries were drawn, slowed down, ones, and in that moment I understood that this wasn't about a drink, it was about control, decisions moved people like her don't stop unless they're stopped, through intimidation, and I decided that silence would no longer protect anyone, which is the only language people like her truly understand. Rowan struggled, grieving the mother he thought he had, but grief can either harden you or free you, and he chose to see clearly, to protect the family he was building instead of the one that demanded obedience, and trust returned slowly, because healing isn't dramatic, it's consistent, and for the first time, our home felt safe. That dinner taught me that betrayal doesn't always come from enemies, but grief can either harden you or free you, and he chose to see the strongest revenge to protect the family he was building instead of the one that demanded obedience, because when you refuse to be controlled, you don't just save yourself, healing isn't dramatic, you change the rules for everyone who comes after you, and if there's one thing I know now, it's this: never ignore your instincts, especially when someone is offering you a drink with a smile.